I'd say we redeemed ourselves in the Carabao Cup.
I didn't watch that game. What was the score again?
So it was 1-1. I think Chelsea was all over us in the first half. Well, for the first 20 minutes, I'd say, we were playing pretty deep, and then I think there was a fire that lit under our bellies, and then we just pushed them back. And even Jedson Fernandez almost got a shot at goal. New boy Sergio Reguilon thought he was on a water slide when trying to get one of their players. And then that player just passed straight to Timo Werner, and then he scored the first goal. So it wasn't until like the 80th minute we were pushing them so much, and then it was eventually... and somebody said, actually, before I say how the goal happened, was that it was good that Harry Kane came on because defenders felt they needed to mark Kane. So as soon as Reguilon came into the box, he crossed over, and then straight into Eric Lamela, and Eric Lamela just entered it straight into the corner of the goal. And, what's his name? The new guy. What's the new goalkeeper called? Chelsea's goalkeeper? Edouard Mendy, that's the one. He couldn't save that no matter what. He's just way too far away. So there was that, and then on penalties, Mason Mount was the one who missed the last penalty out of Chelsea. And
it was, yeah. No, actually, I did know that. Yeah,
yeah. And
he's a good little player, Mason Mount. He's definitely one to watch. You know?
It's unlucky for him. I know it hurts and stuff, and we battled it out. And I thought that was one of Tottenham's, like, we didn't play our complete first team, so that was a good thing as well. To see a lot of other players trying to prove themselves and things like that.
Well, you've got a big enough squad. I tell you. Incidentally, do you see you've signed another player?
Oh yeah,
today?
I'll get onto that, but
all right, okay. I just feel like you're signing the entire world now, whereas we're haggling over this defensive midfield, creative midfielder issue, which I think we need. I think basically
you got
all
Aouar.
we need
You're
now.
getting Aouar now, aren't you? Or have you got him?
Well, no. All we need now, our deal and the Partey deal are still kind of up in the air. But basically, all we need are one or two more creative midfielders, maybe a DM, and a good striker, right? And that's basically, I'll be happy with that, right? If we've been into so many seasons where we've fallen short of the required players. And I just don't, I feel like Arteta, I trust in him. I think he knows what he's doing, but we need to get these deals over the line.
But like always, the manager needs to be backed. And I think, I don't think Levy backed Pochettino as much as he's backed Jose, because from what I've heard, Jose is the manager that Levy wanted. So I think he doesn't want Jose to fall short or anything like that. I think he wants to provide Jose with what he needs, what he didn't get at Man U. And that's what I was going to say as well. I mean, you may be longing for a lot of these players, but you can't be as bad as Man U's transfer window right now. I think it's just abysmal. But I digress. But I got to say,
well, I think Man U are definitely in disarray, and basically the only thing that's saving them at the moment are the inexplicable penalties that they're getting every single game. Some rises in the morning, sets in the evening. Man United get a penalty, the earth rotates on its axis.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's pretty much what happens.
But I will say the highlight of the match was by far this little gem right here.
Because Eric Dyer
I haven't seen
has raced off the pitch in order to use the facilities for a comfort break.
When did you ever hear of that happening?
The race is trying to take as long as possible.
So was that Mourinho going to get Eric Dyer? The game started.
Well, he's like, you're not. I'll wipe your ass for you.
And here comes Eric Dyer again.
Oh my God!
Must have been absolutely desperate for him.
And so they were playing 10 men all the way up to that point. Hey, you know what? If you got to go, you got to go.
That's as said there. I don't think he'll ever live that down. But I think he owns it as well, so that's good from him.
Well, I just remember a Southampton game, right? They had a striker called Jason Punchin who did a similar thing. Right?
Yeah.
And he came out late for the second half, and the chant from the fans was, "He went for a shit. He went for a shit." Jason punching, he went for a shit.
I've seen pictures of like, because Eric Dyer I think he got man of the match, and there's just a picture of the man of the match trophy on top of a toilet seat. It's
Outstanding.
brilliant.
Anyway, shall we move on to? Were you going to talk about your new signing, or shall we move on to the Europa League?
I'll briefly talk about that. So I think the biggest thing in the transfer window, we sorted out the defensive midfielder, because since Wanyama left, we just haven't had anything there. So we got that. I can't rely on Aurier, but I will say this: since Doherty's come in, Aurier has really stepped up. Like, he's been really good in the last few games. So got to hand props to him. He might. Unless Doherty shines up, because he hasn't been that great, but I do trust him. He's trying to fit into a new system. I accept that, and I understand that. But Aurier is like proving to be very good competition for him. So we got that sorted. Then what was the next one?
Vinicius, wasn't it?
Oh, Vinicius. Yeah, Carlos Vinicius is the latest one, but I'll get onto him. Then there was Joe Hart. Yeah, we've got more competition for the goalies. You know, whether you like Joe Hart.
Did he play in against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup?
No, he played against Maccabi Haifa. He made some good saves, to be fair, but I think he had an averagely good game, I suppose.
He was kind of. At Burnley, he was kind of thrown to the dogs a bit. He was hardly playing. But
yeah, I think Pep really kind of like knocked him down a few pegs, didn't he? Because like he just did not fit Pep's ideal.
Yeah. But then he went to Burnley and barely played.
Yeah, and I think Tottenham's just like, I think they play him above Gazzaniga, so I imagine Gazzaniga will want to go somewhere else soon. Although Gazzaniga he's not as old, so you never know. Then we got Sergio Reguilon. It's this, I never know how, because he showed a video of how to pronounce his name, but it was such in a Spanish accent that I still didn't know how to pronounce it. So there's that, and after his debut, I think he's going to be an absolute belter for that left back position that we've been longing for, because we have Ben Davis, and I say Ben Davis is decent. He's solid and stuff like that. And since Reguilon's come on, he's stepped up as well. So I'm happy about that. And then the almighty Gareth Bale, which we've talked about so much, and he's been training with Tottenham. He's refused to. He's been left out of the Wales squad. So to continue on training with Tottenham, I feel like that's probably where he's going to be more comfortable for now, and reduce any risks of injuries at the moment. And then Carlos Vinicius is the latest one. So this is the biggest one that we've wanted to get for so long. This striker, because Harry Kane, he's got no competition up front. Troy Parrott left on a loan to Millwall. And, without Kane, we haven't got any proper target man, someone who can just aim right where they need to aim. And so getting this person in who, in his own league, which, bear in mind, the Portugal league isn't the best one. So, it's only rare chances like Bruno Fernandes or someone like that really step up in the Premier League. Carlos has scored quite a few. I think he scored 24 goals in the last season, so he's the top goal scorer last season, which is really good. So I don't think I want to say anything until I see him play, but it's really good to give Harry Kane a rest and give him. It's
another option
as well.
And exactly. Heung-min Song's out for a bit, isn't he?
No, he's playing. There was a thing this morning that said that he's playing against Man U, so he must have just pulled his hamstring or something. So get him back on your Premier League team.
Yeah, you know what? It was so annoying. I had him as in my goal scorer of the week challenge, where it's a game online where you pick one player per week to be your goal scorer for that weekend, and you can't pick him ever again throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I picked Heung-min Song on that weekend that he was injured and didn't even play.
Yeah.
So thanks, Son. Thanks for that.